I'm scared. I'm actually afraid for my life. This is terrifying. Why are you following me, sir? Like, what the hell? Okay, I woke up this morning and I only had one video planned to film, but I think it's important for this to be out there. So, yeah. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new, thank you for coming back. My name is Shawna, and this is an uncomfortable story. So I'd also like to address the fact that this came literally a day after an encounter with another male, random male on the street. And when I told my friend, his response was ridiculous. So the day before, I had gone to the Wi-Fi park, like I said, and some random guy had crossed the road to speak to me, and I'd seen him before, so I just figured like, okay, it's something important if the guy come from over there, so to come talk to me. Took my AirPods out, and the guy go look at me, point to his apartment, and be like, I should come and visit him at 10 p.m. later that night. I've never yet wanted to send somebody up under their mother, ever. I'm just not that type of person, except for in that moment. Because how dare you walk up to a stranger who you don't know, who is a female, to say something like that? What the hell? And my guy friend said I'm overreacting because stuff like this happens all the time. That doesn't make it okay though. It doesn't. Anyway, when I told one of my friends, who is a male, his question to me is going to be, what was I wearing? I feel like I can't state this in more explicit terms. It does not matter what a female is wearing. She does not deserve to be harassed for what she is wearing. That being said, I was wearing jeans. I was wearing jeans pants, an oversized hoodie, and my hair was up in twists on my head looking like a bum, because that's what I look like in Cuba. Bum unless I'm going somewhere. Bum lash. So how the hell would I have been attracting attention from this man, going about my business, AirPods in, oversized jacket, oversized hoodie on top of that, and jeans and slippers? How? Anyway, I was really upset about that. And then that happened, and then the day after, to be stalked by a complete stranger who was targeting me. I'm not leaving my house anymore. I just wanted to put that out there, guys. I'm not leaving my house. This takes place about 2 days ago. The reason I'm filming it now is because I didn't want to, I was really amped up when it happened, and I didn't want to have all that anxiety and everything coming out in that moment if I filmed it the same day. So I've had time to like calm down and, you know, kind of make it settle first, and then now we're filming it. So 2 days ago, I decided that I wanted to go to a track to work out in the morning. School has stopped here in Havana, and I'm still in school time, so I'm still waking up at like 6 o'clock in the morning and like not having anything to do. So I didn't feel like staying home. So I went to go to a track to see if it was open. It was not open. And I had walked all that way, and I was like, I don't feel like going home. So by this time it's after 7. I was like, let me go to the Wi-Fi park. I had gone the day before. I was like, let me just go and catch up on some YouTube videos and things for some people that I'm subscribed to. So I went, and while I was there, I was chilling, because it's a regular thing. Like, this Wi-Fi park, it's like 8 o'clock in the morning. Nothing dangerous can happen at 8 in the morning. Like, criminals don't start work until like it's nightfall. So I was sitting there and chilling, minding my own business, and people were walking and crossing through like the park and such, and going about their business and stuff. Big park, big central area. This guy walks in and comes and sits like directly across from where I'm sitting. Like, he's in my sights. I didn't take it as anything. I was minding my business. I was on my phone. I was voice noting. I was watching YouTube videos. But it's like every time I look up, he's looking at me, which isn't strange. Like, a lot of times when you go to the Wi-Fi park as like a girl and stuff, sometimes that will happen when you have people from different nationalities for whatever reason and feel the need to stare at your face. So I just ignored it and went back to watching videos rather. Then he got up and kept like walking past like in front of me, like real close. And then he was pretending like he was on his phone, but he wasn't using the internet. So I was like, I don't feel something all right. So I decided to leave. So I grabbed my bag and I had my phone in my hand this entire time. And I just went and I left. So I'm walking down the road because my bag is far from my house. I'm walking down the road and tell me why I left the guy in the park only to see him on the opposing sidewalk in front of me as I'm walking home. So I'm like, all right, maybe it's just a coincidence. Like, I guess he decided to leave the same time when I left. Maybe we are going the same direction. Anyway, I got to the road that I would normally go home in, and I was like, I'm not going in there. I don't think I want to take care. So I continued walking straight. The guy is still going where I'm going. So I was like, no, this man's following me. So I decided I didn't want to go in a road or a lane where it would just be me and him. So I was waiting to see if somebody would come up into like one of the roads, and because all of the roads lead back to my house basically. So an elderly man came up with his little cart thing, and I saw him going into one of the roads. So I was like, let me go in the road where the elderly man is going. I'm not gonna try on if somebody else is there. So I was walking in front of the elderly man. The guy's walking in front of me. Mind you, I walked past the guy to get into that lane. So he saw me go in there and decided to come in there as well. So I'm walking and like the guy is still like following me. So I called my friend and I'm on the phone with him and I'm like, yo, somebody's following me. I decided to stop and let the elderly man catch up to me so I could walk with the elderly man because he was behind me. And when I stopped, the guy looked back, did this little like smile thing, and continued walking a little bit and then stopped. And I'm like, why y'all follow me? Like, this is freaking creepy. Why are you following me? So the elderly man catches up to me and I'm walking directly. This is the elderly man, this is me. This is both of us going along the way. The guy hasn't started walking yet until myself and the elderly man are in front of him. Then he starts to walk and I'm looking like from the corner of my eye to see like where he's going and thing. He comes from off of the road onto the sidewalk to come up behind me. So the elderly man is in front of me right here. I'm behind the elderly man like this, and then the guy is making his way up to behind me. So I was like, nah, bro, not me. Cross the road, brazen and everything on the phone the entire time. My AirPods are in. Cross the road and walk fast, because not me. We're one road away from the main road, like where all the cars and everything are driving past and thing. And there's a lot of people on the road as well. I just cut through there because I'm like 1 block away from my house. I can't go home because then he's gonna know where I live and then that would be bad. So I cut across into the main road and thing because I feel like that would be the safest option in this way. Still on the phone with my friend the entire time. So he didn't follow me there. He continued going straight onto the road that would go up because, as I said, every road basically leads up. So he went in the same road as the elderly man, and I didn't directly like same time walk out onto the main road. I stopped at an intersection and was on the phone with my friend talking and explaining what was happening. By the time I did end up walking out, I could see that the guy was at the top of the road. And you know when somebody like come around and looking for somebody and then those are the person, so then double back around to see if the person went to the other road, he had just turned to go back around to see if I had gone back into the other road. Like, this nigga was looking for me. Like, the guy was looking for me. I was like, I'm scared. I'm actually afraid for my life. This is terrifying. Why are you following me, sir? Like, what the hell? So, and this was a young enough guy. Like, he's probably like Cuban. He was a black Cuban. Young enough guy. He's probably like maybe, if we're the same age, he might be like a couple years older than me. Or he might be even a little bit younger than me. So when I saw that he did that, I was like, nah, I'm not going to my house. My house is right there. I'm not going to my house. Still on the main road and everything. There are a lot of men, adult males on this road and cars driving past. I'm like, if anything, I can go up to one of the guys and say, yo, I don't feel safe. Could you please help me? Blah, blah, blah. Rather than the elderly man who probably couldn't have helped me. So I walked up a little bit and peeped around the corner of a wall to check, like, to see where he was. The guy standing up in the middle of a greenery section that's in front of my apartment. And is looking around, like is turning around, looking to see if he could figure out where I am, to see if he could identify me in the crowd of people that are going about their business. And I went back down, I'm like, nah, fam, not me, this is not okay. So I ended up walking back down and standing up in between a tree and one of the big thick man them that was on the road doing whatever. And I hung up with my friend that's on the phone and I called my housemate. Who's the guy? No. And I'm like, yo, I don't feel safe. Can you come for me? And he asked me where I was. I told him and then he came down. And we walked back to the apartment and I didn't see him like in the area anymore when we walked back. But I don't know if like he had doubled back down and like maybe he was in the road behind me. I didn't look there. But that's terrifying. Like, one, when I spoke to my friend, he was telling me firstly that you can't get to the Wi-Fi park those times in the morning, which I'm like, you would think that the earlier the time is, the safer it is, because normally I go to the Wi-Fi park in the evening, like late in the evening, like 5, 4, 3 o'clock, right? So you would think that 8 a.m. in the morning, you're fine. Didn't expect to get targeted. So you just woke up, sir, rolled out of bed and decided that you wanted to target somebody's daughter? That makes sense? Like, what? So my friend was saying you can't go to the Wi-Fi park those times in the morning. He probably saw me with my phone and wanted to be able to get close enough to me to grab it and run off, because I was in sports clothes. I did have my bag, but my phone was in my hand. I was been walking with my phone in my hand because my AirPods were in and I was on a call. Normally, I'm usually like in a hoodie and I'd keep my phone in the hoodie pocket. But yeah, this is the first time something like this has happened to me. It's the first time I've ever been freaking followed. It's the first time I've been in a situation and I felt unsafe in Cuba. And I feel like the reason that I wanted to share this was because a lot of the times we let our guards down as international students. Because coming from a country like Jamaica, where like people are dying all the time, it's like we get desensitized to the common dangers of sort of like random thieves, people who will target you. It's like you're like, oh, this is a new country, it's not as dangerous as Jamaica. Their death rate is way lower than Jamaica's daily one, so nothing gonna happen to you here. I feel like that's always the mentality I've had. I've walked on the road at 1 a.m. in the morning by myself to somewhere and back to my house and I've been good. So it's like I've always been like, Cuba is fine, nothing gonna happen to you here. No. There are criminals and people everywhere. People will target you everywhere. Don't be like me, who was really naive. I feel like it really shattered that like idea of how safe and thing I always thought Cuba was. Really shattered that. Been here for like what? Almost 4 years now, and I've never had like something like that happen to me. The closest I've had to like being targeted was when they pickpocketed my purse out of my bag on the bus, you know? So yeah, that was scary. Honestly, it was. I haven't just told my mom yet because I didn't want to get the lecture. But it's creepy, especially being a female and being alone, and the guy keeps turning back and like smiling at you, like he wants you to know like I'm following you and you should be uncomfortable. Like we're doing this little game thing. You keep stopping, I'ma stop too. Like, you know. Let me make you know it's you I'm coming for. It's you. Sir, what's wrong with you? Like, so I'm just putting this out there for all of my new students who are starting, who love when you guys DM me. I think I've been getting a lot of messages. Please be safe, especially the girls. Please be safe. Please be vigilant, because make sure that you're aware of your surroundings, aware of when something doesn't feel right, like be able to assess a situation. And always be able to have credits on your phone to call your friends for help, because it could have gone really wrong and I was so uncomfortable. Sucks, but it is that way. People are wicked, and I really hope for everyone's health and protection throughout the whole of this year, because we're gonna need it, fam. The new year just started. Imagine the new year just started. Like, y'all can't relax. 8 a.m. in the morning though. 8 a.m. in the morning, sir. You know, like sleep 8 in the morning. Like I got up because I had school. Like, well, I had school. Like, what's the issue? Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.